good example to the youth of our society and to other people and have integrity in class. So when they see like a clear disqualification, because it was a clear elbow, you guys have seen it, it's gone viral all over the internet, my batteries nearly died, and there was no punch anywhere near, that once they review it, hopefully on Monday, that this result will be rectified to a disqualification. I know KSI is the promoter, he is Misfits, but the PBA is a commission, and I hope that they will do the right thing. When the world's seen it, you guys have seen it, it's not close. And also, being in a fight game, knowing how an elbow comes through, there's a long distance between this and this. Yeah, the fist had to get out of the way to land the elbow, right? You guys, any of you MMA guys, and it just so happens he trains at MMA gym. So for me, it's a clear intentional elbow, because as you saw, he hit me with some great right hands, and fair play to him. But they didn't put a dent in me, did they? I smiled at him, told him to hit me again. So they had to resort to a second tactic. Everyone knows I'm a slow starter, I'm a 12-round fighter, not a 6-round fighter. So I was just getting in my groove, started landing a bit more, as you saw in the second round. I was feeling good in there. And even with the elbow, I still nearly made the 10 count on an illegal elbow. So I just hope, it's a bit funny that the promoter's disappeared, and the Calais gone, and Mams is gone, everyone's gone, but I'm here as the main event. I thought I was doing a press conference, and it's funny how no one's mentioned it, and they've looked like they were trying to wrap this up without letting me get my say, because it's probably, I'd like to think there isn't any embarrassment on their side, and they're being genuine now, but everyone has eyes in this room, and if I'm saying something wrong, please correct me, but I think you've all seen it, would you all agree that was a clear elbow?
Joe,
Yeah.
They were asked about it. They pretty much brushed it aside. They denied the elbow. So how far are you willing to take this protest? What resource do you have?
Well, we will be filing a complaint with the commission. They're a new commission, the PBA. I'm not familiar with them. Whenever I fought in the UK, it was under the British Boxing Board before. But at the end of the day, if you want to be a reputable commission, then you got to make the right decisions. When everyone in the world has seen it, it's gone totally viral on every news channel. That it was even DAZN have posted it. It's DAZN in other regions have posted it's an elbow. The PBA then need to go back and overturn the decision. It was in the second round, and it should be a clear disqualification. You cannot go out of the clinch and elbow someone in the head and end the fight like that.
Are you willing to continue fighting until or unless this thing is resolved? If KSI is not willing to fight you again, are you going to continue your career as a boxer?
Well, if he doesn't fight me again, then he's a coward, and he knows he's cheated. Because if he felt so confident, if I went in the ring and I hit someone clean in a second round knockout and he said run it back, I'd be like, sure, just to make sure. But if he doesn't fight, it means that he realized, oh shit, he was getting back in the fight, and he had to go to dirty tactics to do that. And I just like to, I'd hope that, I really like Calais Island and Mams Taylor, and I'd like to think that they will be men of class and men of integrity, and keep the respect for the sport, because there's so much youth here that I fought on this fight. I've been saying it all along in the lead up. I'm doing this to inspire the youth. You're teaching kids not to cheat if you get in trouble, or to work hard and win it fairly, square and fair. A controversial judge's decision is one thing, but a dirty elbow that is super obvious, that you see, you can't celebrate that. You can't, disrespectful doing push-ups. I had this coach and trying to insult me from the other side, like they're proud of cheating. I mean, what does that teach our youth? If that's what we're teaching our youth now, then yeah, well, it's not something I want to be a part of, because I want my children to grow up with class, integrity, and know that hard work pays, not cheating.
Joe, back here, I wonder, are you happy that it appears you got the support of Jake Paul on this issue?
Did I?
That he respects boxing too much to respect what that was. If that was indeed a real boxing match, it would be ruled a no contest or a DQ.
Well, thank you very much, Jake Paul. I agree with him wholeheartedly. And, he's someone that says it how it is. And listen, guys, it's obvious. I'm not here to make excuses. I told you he hit me with some great right hands. He did. He was doing great in the fight. He didn't need to do that, But he did after he felt the power of mine, First round he won clearly, I think. But the second round I was getting back into it, and I call it how it is from day one, from the beginning to the end. I've always called it how it is. So yeah, it should be a disqualification in my opinion. It should be just another win for me. I know it's not a professional bout, but the PBA is going in the direction of becoming a professional commission. So I hope on Monday when we file or lodge our complaint, I'm not, listen, this doesn't got my pro record either way, but it's the fact of the matter is I'm a man of integrity and I want to give a good example. If you get cheated, you need to rectify that as a man.
What made you think that the elbow was intentional and not accidental?
Because I've been in the fight game for 20 years. This guy's a professional MMA fighter. You come out of clinch, the glove, you see him, I have the replay, if you want to zoom in on it, you can. He comes out, you see the glove go past, I'm looking in the glove go past, and you see him bring it up and then down onto the chin. Clear elbow, because once you throw a hook like this, right? The elbow doesn't reach out after the hook. It's not biomechanics of throwing a hook. Go into the gym, throw a hook, hit the bag with a hook, hit the bag with an elbow. That's a technique, that's a technique. Totally different. So it was intentional elbow, which would be a disqualification. It's like if I went up to him and kicked him in the shin. You know, it's that obvious. So what's weird for me is that if I had won like that, I'd be embarrassed. I would be like, you know what? Let's run it back. I'd be a man about it because I wouldn't want my kids going, oh, dad's a cheater. You know? And so that's how I feel about it. And
despite the finish,
yeah.
were you surprised by KSI's skill set in the ring?
Not especially. I mean, what did he do besides wing the overhand right? I was a bit slow starting. I'm always a bit slow starting. I'm a 40 year and a half, so, you know, but then as soon as I started to get his time and you saw in the second round, he was pumping his jab, I was matching him jab for jab, and he gassed out. He started slowing down after the first round. So I was just getting in my rhythm and I was starting to enjoy it, you know. You didn't see me panicked or stressed, or I was light on my feet. I wasn't puffed out, so no, I wasn't overly impressed with anything. I was actually under-impressed with the right hand, because it landed flush 3 times, and I smiled at him because let me tell you, this guy right here, he's a 135, 45. He hits way harder than these guys, you know. Because remember, in real boxing, you're walking around in that division. You're talking B-vol, you know. You're talking real punches. That guy, he punches like no, he was doing good in the fight. I'm not going to put him down. He was doing great. Why did he cheat? I don't understand why.
If you had to say yes or no, do you believe that the result will be overturned as a disqualification?
I would like to believe, right, I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt, right? Same way I came on this promotion to give them the benefit of the doubt that they were going to be fair. I'm quite disappointed that Calais and Mans ran off because, you know, this is an open discussion to you guys because they're meant to be, you know, inclusive of all of these things. Not to run away and hide, oh, this never happened, oh, it looked like the angle. What do you mean? The zone is the channel they put out and it's elbow. This is your broadcaster. It was not I don't own the zone, you know. So I'd like to think that when they go back and look, they think, oh, fuck, we screwed Joe. It's really bad for our reputation as an organization that we're going to cheat to let our boy win. I know KSI owns the promotion. I knew that coming into it. I thought maybe if it was a tight fight, I probably won't get the nod. But that's the same when you fight on any card in the world when it's a tight fight and you're fighting the promoter's boy, let alone the promoter. But to let them get away with elbows, like a whole different sport, I mean, do you think that's fair?
Joe,
Yeah.
coming into the fight and what you just said there, you said you're a bit of a slow starter. So, was you impressed with the first round? Was it almost in the game plan to let KSI come out of the blocks quite quickly, just so you could?
Yeah. We always said that. We
get the
said
ring
that
rust off as well.
Yeah. It was always just have a look at him for the first round. You see, I didn't throw many punches. I wanted to see what he could do. I wanted to feel like I'll wake me up a little bit. I did. Then the second round, I came out super confident because I'm like, all right, cool. I got his timing of his jab. He takes a little step back, jumps in. So it was all, we had a beautiful strategy for this whole fight, and you know, it's a shame that, you know, it ended in this disgraceful way of someone cheating, and then furthermore, then afterwards they're celebrating cheating. You know, it's not something that I'm about. So let's run it back in Miami. Let's have the rematch. And let's do it fair and square. You know, and I don't mind, you know, fighting whenever they want to fight, but you can't call this for definitely not a loss for me. And definitely not a win for him. You know, this should be disqualification if anything.
You're more disappointed because you actually probably want the fight to go on a bit longer.
Because I actually thought, yeah, I was just starting to enjoy it. You saw the walk-in. You enjoyed the walk-in. I was having fun in there. I wasn't nervous. I was kind of like, oh, it's good to be back under the lights. You know, headlining pay-per-view show. And like I've said all along, I really respected those guys of KSI. I always talked highly about his team and his coaches. And then for them to be disrespecting me, to Alexis from London shoot fires after the fight, trying to insult me in the ring when they've clearly cheated, and then them celebrating something that they know was cheating, you know, then I'm like, oh, so this is what it is. It's just like, it's just nice to your face, but behind, you know, they're not so nice. And I'm a man, And you know when you're a man, you say how it is, and you say it to a man's face.
I'm interested to sort of hear. We actually spoke before on Thursday. And you said that you're actually going to have a look at some of the other fights. Did you get a chance to do that in your room? Did you impress with anyone else? The other on the undercard?
I didn't end up watching any. Sorry. Sorry.
First question. I was just wondering. Let's say hypothetically they don't overturn the loss.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Well, listen. At the end, unfortunately for the world. And fortunately for the world, is that now we have social media and everyone in the world has eyes. And it doesn't matter if there's a ruling or a judgment of some sort when everyone in the world can see what really happened. I truly believe the PBA is a commission that wants to be taken seriously and compete with the British Boxing Board, if not in the near future, certainly in the future. So if they let things like this slide, I would be very surprised, because at the end of the day, it's clearly cheating. So if you're saying, like, if I own the PBA, which I don't, and it was like, okay, we're going to allow the guy that pays us to cheat, then it's not really, like, why these commissions end up lasting for so many years? They have integrity. So when the British Boxing Board, for example, pulled the Ben Eubank fight, they would have made way more money if they allowed that fight to happen, right? But they lost money because they were trying to be integral. And so I believe that the PBA should review this on Monday. We'll file a complaint, and then hopefully they'll have the integrity to see what the rest of the world see.
And one more question.
Sure.
You came out with a lot of baddies in your entrance walk. I was just wondering if maybe you could slide a ting over my way.
I was thinking to do the same. I'm trying to get the DM as soon as I get out of here.
Joe, would you be happy with the no contest, or are you calling fully for the DQ?
I think it was an intentional elbow. So from my opinion, what I will lodge is an intentional elbow, which in boxing is a disqualification, yeah? Remember like Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear? Was that a no contest, or did he lose? It's the same thing though. You're hitting someone with a part of your body you're not meant to hit them with, right? It's cheating. So for me, it's a disqualification. That actually goes a win for me. And if he wants to rematch it, to just make sure, I'm down for the rematch. If it's a no contest, I'll be disappointed, but certainly it's not a win for KSI, because you can't throw elbows in boxing.
Joe over here,
Yeah,
my name's
sure.
Christian, the Fight Talk. How did you feel when you came out the ring walk today? How was the atmosphere for you today?
Oh, it was incredible. It's truly special. I really felt like, I'd made it, baby. Like all those beautiful girls throwing, do you get any of the dollar bills? The £50 notes, the FOURNIER notes? Oh, you sure you got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're on eBay now, they're going for a few quid more. So.
Would you like to fight on Misfits again?
Listen, I would love to fight on Misfits if Misfits is what was sold to me when I signed the contract, which is a fair organization that wants a fair champion and they want everybody to win fairly. If that is what it is, and it's something that's going to bring people through, bring the children through with good examples, and I'm all down to fight on Misfits. At this moment, I don't have a problem with Misfits. I don't have a problem with KSI, I don't have a problem with Mams. The only problem I have is with Alexis's class after the fight, where he was being disrespectful, which I thought was very weird, because I've known that guy for many, many years. And I think, like, even as a coach, if you have something you want to talk about privately, you got to talk about it privately. And secondly, I don't have a problem with the PBA because they haven't had a chance to make their decision yet. So let them go through the process. We will be absolutely lodging a complaint, and let them rectify. Everyone let them rectify the mistake that they made.
Joe, thanks very much. Thanks.
Guys, I want to take two more questions.
Joe just did.
Yeah.
You mentioned about Keller, KSI shooting off, but there's a key absentee in your team right now, that being David Hay. Have you managed to speak to David? What do you think of the fight and the elbow against?
David saw it was a clear elbow. He's done a few interviews about it. So yeah, he said black and white. He goes, it's not karate. It's not a Thai boxing fight, it's a boxing fight. So that would, in any world level fight, that would be a clear disqualification.
Joe, if a potential rematch was to happen, afterwards, would you consider going back to pro boxing?
I would do, yeah. I got a bit between my teeth today. I realised I could take big shots really easy and walk through them, and now I'm ready for the pro game now. So yeah, I want to just get this guy out of the way one more time, and then I'll go straight back to the pro game.
Thank you, everybody. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.